Elon Musk, founder and CEO of Tesla, unveiled the D and something else. Driving will never be the same. Welcome to Car Wars, a series that looks at how technology changes the way we drive. Today, the automobile industry is getting ready to introduce the greatest innovations in driving technology in over 50 years.
There's no steering wheel in the way.
What does it really mean to have a self-driving vehicle?
Once realized, it could reduce traffic congestion by increasing the capacity of highways by a factor of 2 or 3. It lowers energy consumption, and it saves time, a huge advantage considering that most Americans spend 52 minutes a day driving in their cars. But the most important advantage is how autonomous driving could actually make our roads safer. Driving accidents are the #1 cause of death among young people today, and a bunch of companies are racing to make this a reality. Google is already testing autonomous driving here in Mountain View. Audi is already preparing to go fully autonomous soon, and Toyota plans to add driver assist and safety features into every car by 2017. But today, these technologies are officially beyond beta. Mercedes is already about to automate parts of the driving experience. 2015 S and E-Class sedans already have intelligent drive, a bunch of sensors that see the environment to prevent front-end collisions by braking automatically, adaptive cruise control that keeps the car centered in its lane, it keeps an eye on blind spots, and it automatically moves the car during heavy stop-and-go traffic. But intelligent drive shuts off if it notices the driver's hands have left the steering wheel for more than a few seconds. Otherwise, the car actively alerts the driver when it sees potential roadblocks ahead, even using infrared sensors at night to highlight people on the in-dash screen. And to review what I said in the last video, Mercedes and Tesla have always had a really tight relationship. But today, every Model S with the tech package included has all the parts necessary for fully autonomous driving in the future. But there are some big regulatory roadblocks that may handicap this potential reality. But first, let's see how the new Model S covers the basics. The car comes in 3 different versions: the 60, 85, and P85. The D that Elon Musk tweeted about was the dual motor option. The new all-wheel drive 60 and 85 models replace the single large motor with 2 smaller motors, one at the front and one at the rear. Every car must do 3 things really well. It needs to hug the road, it needs to use energy efficiently, and it needs to provide enough power. For traction control, the dual motors in the Model S dynamically adjust power from the front to the rear motors at the millisecond level. This offers better road handling, particularly when it's snowing or raining. And for efficiency, Tesla engineers overcame the performance penalty that naturally comes from the added weight of a second motor, extending the range of the car by at least an extra 10 miles per charge. And while all the models accelerate faster, it's the P85D that just has crazy amounts of power. When drivers kick this car into insane mode, the extra power coming from the second motor pushes the car from 0 to 60 miles in 3.2 seconds. No doubt inspired by the McLaren F1, this luxury sedan matches the performance of this supercar. I really think Tesla should have called this ludicrous speed.
Sir, had you better buckle up? Buckle this! Ludicrous speed! Go!
But the game-changing technologies are the new autopilot features that come included with Tesla's tech package. Besides the autopilot features, this package includes navigation, GPS homelink, driver profiles, keyless entry, and electrochromatic mirrors that automatically darken in response to bright headlights. But it's the car's ability to see its environment that really sets it apart. When you use the turn signal, the car will be able to automatically drift safely into the next lane. The car will recognize stop signs, pedestrians, and highway barriers. It will respond to speed limit signs, offer lane departure warnings, and like the Mercedes S-Class, even guide you in steering by offering haptic feedback, although the driver should always be able to overpower the automation. It's clear that Mercedes and Tesla are working together on a lot of these technologies. As a matter of fact, Tesla provides the batteries for the all-electric Mercedes B-Class. So exactly how does all this magic work? First, there's a front-mounted camera that can see traffic signs, traffic lights, and pedestrians. But if it's foggy, snowing, or raining, the cameras get some help from the forward-mounted radar that can see through all the bad weather. And thirdly, there are 12 long-range sonar sensors that detect anything within 16 feet of the car. This establishes a 360-degree protective cocoon that helps the car make smart moves at all speeds. And all these things combined help the car see blind spots, detect highway barriers, and even identify small children or pets on the road. But it's really the integration of these sensors with the GPS, steering, motor, and braking systems that make autopilot a truly revolutionary implementation. To get all this technology out there, it's clear that Tesla is copying some pages from the playbook that both Apple and Android use to advance their smartphone platforms. The strategy is to first sell the hardware and then advance the platform through over-the-air software updates. So with all this autopilot hardware in place, future software updates to the Model S will allow the car to steer itself to stay in its proper lane on the freeway, change lanes by simply tapping the signal, manage its own speed by responding to road signs, offer active traffic-aware cruise control, provide visual and auditory warnings of collision risks, take evasive emergency action, park itself in the garage, or pull up to your front door with the temperature and radio already set. Tesla says it hopes autopilot relieves drivers of the boring and potentially dangerous aspects of road travel. But the driver is still responsible for and ultimately in control of the car. In other words, the driver can always overpower the automation. As I said in the last video, both Elon Musk and Google are getting ready to introduce fully autonomous driving in the next 5 to 6 years. But there are some big challenges that could derail this potential future. So for example, while regulators currently approve automated parallel parking systems, there's a lot more complexity involved in autonomous driving in moving traffic, especially when other vehicles are involved. But there's definitely a lot of hope. Recently, the U.S. Department of Transportation admitted it's spending a lot of time looking at these early warning systems because we feel these technologies can bring down the accident numbers. But the most critical barrier to this potential future is the public's trust. Autonomous driving must really prove to be safer than humans driving cars today. I just read about a study today that says 2 million accidents a year could be prevented if humans would just use their turn signals properly. Another thing, robust software cryptography needs to practically eliminate the risks that come from hacking. So in the race towards a fully autonomous driving future, execution is everything. We already trust computers with our pictures, our communications, even our finances. The big question remains, how much will we trust computers to get us from point A to point B? Once we overcome these barriers, driving will never be the same. So thank you guys for watching this video, and especially thank you guys for sharing these on Twitter. This week will definitely be busy as I hope to push out an update to Network Wars before the Apple event on Thursday. And thank you guys for all the comments in the first Car Wars video. It allowed me to research and share with you how I see technology changing the automobile industry. It's really amazing how fast hardware and software is changing transportation today. So now it's time for me to get back to work on how technology is changing the mobile industry, and hopefully after that get into gaming wars again. And as always, thank you guys for joining me on this channel as we continue to look at how technology changes things.